Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing the standard PS4 controller to the Scuf controller. So if you guys didn't know, I actually did a vote on my channel to see what you'd guys like to see as my next video. And the PS4 controller versus Scuf was the top voted selection, so as highly requested, here it is. Don't worry though, because I still will be reviewing the Xbox Elite and Astro C40 very soon, so make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss those videos. But anyway, I'm going to jump into a creative, play around with the Scuf for a little bit on hand cam just to get a feel of using it again. Then I'll talk about the differences of these two controllers and which one I prefer. So let's get into it. Alright guys, now just really quick, I am only 400 followers away from 100k on Instagram. Definitely go follow me over there if you haven't already. I post really cool behind the scenes stuff on my Instagram story. Also keep in mind that I will be playing Claw on my Scuf controller, as well as I do have one control freak on the right stick. I will be talking more about that later on. Enjoy my 60 ping hand cam gameplay. Alright, and now we are here with the comparison part of the video. So I have my PS4 controller here, Scuf controller here. I really did enjoy playing with the Scuf controller just then. It felt a lot different to the PS4 controller, so let's get into it. So just starting off with a quick introduction, if you guys haven't seen my PS4 controller versus Xbox controller video, I kind of did the same thing for these two controllers, so you can check that out if you'd like to. As well as you can clearly see, I am using a Galaxy control freak on both controllers. There's no way I could play Fortnite without my Galaxy control freak. So if you'd like to purchase yours, you can click the link in the description and use code Flea for 10% off. But I'm just going to put these aside for now. So starting out with the most important thing, and probably everyone's deciding factor for which controller they should buy, is the price. Keep in mind I will be saying these prices in Australian currency, but I'll have the USD up on screen. So the standard Dualshock 4 PlayStation 4 controller starts out at $60, whereas this version of the Scuf controller, the Scuf Infinity 4PS Pro, starts out at a whopping $230. So pretty much no customization, just the bare bones controller starts at that price. So straight away, right off the bat, you're paying 4 times the price for basically the exact same controller, just with paddles. I think I ended up purchasing my controller with a few extra add-ons for $300 delivered to my door. So let's just go over really quickly what comes with the Scuf controller. By the way, if you haven't watched my Scuf controller unboxing video and my first impressions, I highly recommend you go watch that video right after this one. So I've got 2 little extra longer triggers there. I have this little pin that helps me turn around the trigger stoppers. I also have this little magnetic piece which I can put on the back so I can remap the paddles. I have the paddles themselves which I'll put on now, and I also have this which I'm pretty sure you can change around the analog sticks. So that pretty much covers it for price. So if you don't want to spend $300 on a controller just to get some paddles and some trigger stoppers, what you can do is you can get homemade trigger stoppers, which I've made a video on before, as well as you can buy the PS4 back button attachment attachment or the strike pack for your controller, and it will only set you back $50 to $60. So next up, we can look at the appearance and comfort, and straight up, obviously the Scuf has the better appearance. If you are someone that does care about what your controller looks like, Scuf definitely has a lot of customization options on their website. You can customize your controllers in a really cool way, although that's not something I really care about. I also care about the comfort of a controller, and as far as comfort goes, honestly, they are the exact same controller. I know Scuf have different types of controllers, but just comparing these two, they feel the exact same. I will say though that the Scuf controller does feel better, like the buttons just feel more sturdy and heavier to click in. I do think a big reason for that is this controller is 6 months old, so all in all, they feel pretty much the same. Next up, we can look at the functionality of each controller. So starting off with the trigger stoppers. I'm not sure if you can see there, but the trigger stoppers are just here on the Scuf, and as you can see, they stop the trigger just like that. I think it was like $20 or $30 to add trigger stoppers onto your Scuf, but my $5 homemade trigger stoppers do the exact same thing. They may not look as nice, but I've been using trigger stoppers on this controller ever since I got it, and if I were to compare the two, they honestly feel the exact same. Here are the two trigger stoppers side by side. As you can see, they go in the exact same. If you guys would like to see another video on how to make homemade trigger stoppers, definitely smash a like on this video. If this video gets 15,000 likes, I'll get that video up this week. As far as the paddles go on the Scuf, they actually feel really good. Honestly, the paddles on the Scuf do feel amazing. It's just super unfortunate that every single person I've ever known to have a Scuf have had these break. Like, these are the first things to break on any Scuf controller. Like I said, if you are looking to purchase a Scuf controller, I highly recommend you go check out my first impressions video. I do go over a lot of people's experiences they've had with a Scuf controller. But yeah, apart from paddles, all the buttons feel almost exactly the same. Okay, and lastly, talking about the longevity of these two controllers. So I've been using the standard PS4 controllers for about 2 years now. I've had 4 of these controllers over the past 2 years, so that's an average of 6 months per controller. I'm coming up to the 6-month mark on this controller right here. So for me, spending $60 on another one of these that's gonna last me 6 months, I'm definitely not complaining. And as for the Scuf controller, I reached out to you guys on Twitter for your experiences with them and how long they normally last. And the average answer was about 3 months until something goes wrong. The most popular thing to go first are the paddles and the right analog stick. But in my opinion, Scuf controllers are marketed at more casual players that aren't necessarily good at the game and thinking having all these features is going to make you better. I'll tell you right now that the number one thing that's going to make you the best you could possibly be is just to put in the time and play as much as possible. If you do want to learn something like claw, I highly recommend you check out my how-to claw guide that I posted this week. It's the best way to learn claw pain-free, and it's got some insane feedback already. But if you're someone that just doesn't have time to learn claw and maybe you want a nice looking controller that you can use that does have extra features, maybe you only allowed to play like a couple of times a week, then the Scuf controller just might be for you. A very casual gamer that maybe just wants a little bit more of an advantage when playing games, as well as a cool looking controller, might just want to pick up a Scuf. A Scuf controller will definitely make a casual player better, but if you're someone who plays every single day and you want to get serious about your gaming, you're better off just sticking to the standard Dualshock 4 PS4 controller and maybe get a strike pack or a PS4 back button attachment. Personally, if I had unlimited amount of both of these controllers, I would stick with a standard PS4 controller. It just feels better, lasts longer, and if I really did need paddles, I would just get one of the attachments. Also, if money is a deciding factor for you, definitely the PS4 controller, because even with a paddle attachment, it's still under half the price of a Scuf controller. So that's going to conclude the PS4 versus Scuf controller video. Let me know which controller you use in the comments. I'd love to know, as well as if you do use a Scuf, comment down your experiences below, because your comment may help someone looking to purchase a Scuf controller. I got a lot of really good videos coming to the channel soon, as well as I am moving house in 1 week, so I might even sneak in a little moving house vlog if that's something you'd like to see. If you did make it to the end of the video, drop a blue heart in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.